The U.S. Embassy in Pakistan issued a security alert ahead of the planned large-scale religious processions across the country, noting that the movement of all U.S. personnel will be restricted beginning March 10th. In an official statement, it said, the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad and the U.S. Consulates General in Lahore, Karachi, and Peshawar are monitoring planned large-scale religious processions across Pakistan. Beginning March 10th at 12 p.m., the movements of all U.S. personnel will be restricted. The statement added, large crowds and traffic congestion are expected, along with a precautionary security presence, an increased number of checkpoints, and associated disruptions to local mobile and internet networks in the region. It also noted that processions may cause traffic delays due to closed or blocked roads in the vicinity of the event. However, the statement noted that the likelihood, duration, and severity of any associated protests is unknown and advised U.S. citizens to avoid large gatherings and remain aware of their surroundings. Large rallies, processions, and protests can be fluid in nature, and even peaceful mass events can turn violent, the statement said. Demonstrations against the U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign in Iran that killed its former supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei turned violent in Pakistan on March 1st. At least 23 protesters were killed in clashes in Pakistan, including 10 in the port of Karachi, where security guards at the U.S. consulate fired on demonstrators who breached the outer wall, Reuters reported. Earlier, the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad announced the cancellation of all visa appointments on March 8th. In a post on X, the embassy said, the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad will continue to serve U.S. citizens requiring routine and emergency services. All immigrant and non-immigrant visa appointments are canceled for March 9th to 13th. Visa applicants will receive instructions by email on rescheduling their appointments. The advisory applies to the U.S. Consulates General in Lahore and Karachi as well, as authorities monitor evolving situations in the country. In Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, angry protesters set fire to local offices of the United Nations, including the United Nations Development Program Office. Also, several government buildings were also torched during the unrest. As a result of firing on the protesters, 7 demonstrators were killed and more than a dozen others were injured.